Yo, what's up, Trinity23 back here with another video. Going to be talking about the playoffs so far. There's game fours, game fives. There's two game fives going on right now. Timberwolves, Nuggets, Suns, Clippers. Timberwolves, Nuggets tie game, about 7 minutes to go. I got it on. Phoenix and Clippers just went at halftime. But first thing I want to talk about. The Miami Heat are up 3-1 against the number 1 seed, which I'm one of those people that had them going to the championship. Not necessarily winning, because I had either the Phoenix Suns, I also had the Clippers. I had one of those two teams make it to the finals, along with the Bucks. I didn't think there was a team in the East that could stick with the Bucks. Now you can say that's because of injuries, but the Heat have had just as many injuries. Jimmy Butler almost got injured in Game 3. Tyler Hero got injured in game 1 or 2. I forget which one. Victor Oladipo got injured in game 3. So there's been multiple injuries so far in this series, and they're still down 3-1. Obviously, Giannis is the best player that's gotten injured in the playoffs, but the Heat have had more injuries. They're not as deep as the Milwaukee Bucks. So it's been a shocker. It's been a shocker that the Milwaukee Bucks are down 3-1. Now, can they come back from 3-1? I think this is the one team that can come back from down 3-1 right now, because I don't think the Grizzlies can, unless Paul George and Kawhi come back for Game 6. If the Clippers win this game, I don't think that they can come back from 3-1. The Cavs are the only other team that I think that can, because the Cavs, they're so top heavy that even though the Knicks are more deep and they have the best player in the series right now in Jalen Brunson, I think the Cavs are top heavy. You let Darius Garland get going. You let Donovan Mitchell get going. You let Karis LeVert hit some shots and get confident. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. You let them get going on the defensive side and grabbing them rebounds. You're gonna have a hard time. This freaking weather's really getting to me. This past almost week. But the Cavs are a team. Timberwolves, I can't see them coming back. The Atlanta Hawks, I can't really see them coming back. But it's 3-2. All the pressure's on the Celtics now. They got to go into Atlanta. They got to win this game, and then they're good. But if they go into Atlanta and they lose, do the Atlanta Hawks have a little bit of pressure? I would say no, because they weren't looked at to win the series. They went down 3-1. They won Game 3. They just won Game 5 with Trae Young hitting a game winner without DeJounte Murray. Going to Atlanta, you need this win. The Celtics need this win. Obviously, you go into Boston for Game 7. If it goes 7, the Celtics are at home, but the momentum is in in Atlanta, and the pressure is going to be on the Celtics. So they got the Atlanta Hawks got the momentum, and they don't got the pressure. The Celtics do not have the momentum, and they have the pressure. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown have showed that they can perform under pressure. Derek White has been the third best player on this team. Marcus Smart hasn't been too bad on the defensive side of the ball. Robert Williams had a decent game this game until the very end when Marcus Smart fouled, got the free throws. Then Derek White got fouled, and then Trae Young just hit the game-winning 3. Deep 3 on Jaylen Brown. It was a crazy shot, but yeah, it's not like it's. I think it ends here. I think it ends in Atlanta, but you never know. I didn't think they were going to win this game. I thought it was going to end in 5. I didn't think they were going to get 2 games, and look at that. It's 3-2 going into Atlanta, so it's going to be a tough game. But Jimmy Mother Butler, 56 points on 19 shots. What was his 3-point shooting? Giannis had a 26, 10, and 13 triple-double, and they lost. Brook Lopez had a 36 and 11 game, and they lost. Middleton had 14 points. Drew Holiday had 14 points. That's what killed them. Portis had 5 points. He was a 6th Man of the Year candidate. He had 5 points at the end of the game. Crazy. Jimmy Butler, 56 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. I want to see. Shot 3 of 8. Shot 37.5%. During the season, not sure what his 3-point percentage is. I can look it up real quick. But he was not a good 3-point shooter during the year. This year for Jimmy Butler, from the 3-point line. He was 35%, but he didn't. He was shooting 2 and making 1. He was shooting 1.6 and was making 0.6. Sorry, that's bright. That's what he was shooting, and he was was making 36% of them, so it was a little above average, but still, it's what a crazy game by Jimmy Buckets, playoff Jimmy. Just sucks that they can't have Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo, and that really made me upset when I saw Victor Oladipo's face. Like he laid back and he looked up. It didn't even seem like he was in pain. It's just he knew, like it wasn't hurting him like the first one, but he just knew it was bad. He knew it was bad, which is just upsetting. It's so upsetting that has to happen to him again. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk about all the series in the Eastern Conference, and I'm gonna go to West. So the next one I'm gonna talk about the 2-7. I'm gonna talk about what was the 2-7. Oh, I just talked about Celtics, Atlanta Hawks. I think it's gonna end in Game 6. Trae Young has had multiple good games now. He's had multiple good games. He just had a good game today. Had a good game in Game 4, I think it was. I'm pretty sure he had a good game in 4, but they lost. Let me see. Atlanta. Yeah, Trae Young had a pretty damn good game. It's tweaking out. It's not letting me. It's not letting me look at the full stats. He had 35 points, 15 assists. Shooting splits might not have been the best for today or the other game, but he won them the game with his driving to the basket, getting his teammates open, driving to the basket, scoring, hitting his shots, drawing fouls, hitting his free throws. Again, it's tough. Trae Young is 6'1" with no muscle. It's hard for him to play defense. It's hard for him to take physicality. But because, like, in any era, someone that's 6'1" getting guarded by all guys that are 6'4" with muscle and can play straight defense, like a Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Malcolm Brogdon. He has all those guys guarding him, and he's 6 feet tall. And he weighs like 170. All those guys weigh 200 plus, and they're 6'4" and above. It's hard for him to even do what he normally does because he's getting guarded by guys that can just out-bully him, just out-muscle him. So, I do think it ends in Game 6, like I've said multiple times. Even though they're in Atlanta, they have the momentum right now. They don't have any pressure. The Boston Celtics have all the pressure. I think the Celtics end it right there. Next series, 3-6. Philadelphia Brooklyn Nets. Now, Embiid missed Game 4. Harden has not looked good. Tyrese Maxey has saved them. Tobias Harris had a good game in Game 5. Game 4. Paul Reed had an amazing game in Game 4. Despite them not having Joel Embiid, they crashed the glass. Paul Reed had 15 rebounds, and I think he had like 8 offensive rebounds. Crazy game. Tobias Harris had 25 points. DeAnthony Melton had a good game. Tyrese Maxey again had a good game. James Harden, he's facilitating. He's getting the assists. He's not scoring, not getting to the basket, not shooting well. Typical James Harden playoff moments. But so now they get a couple extra days with this Celtics and Atlanta Hawks series going a little bit longer than we thought, which helps Joel Embiid rest up that knee a little bit more. Hopefully James Harden's all refreshed. Tyrese Maxey is refreshed. Tobias Harris is refreshed because they're going to need those guys because they have Al Horford, they have Robert Covington, they have a Blake Griffin, they have a Grant Hill, they got a Grant Williams. They got a bunch of guys, they got a bunch of bodies that can not necessarily guard Joel Embiid, but can kind of stick him / just be physical with him. Blake Griffin could be physical, as we saw with Brooklyn a couple years ago. Just be physical. He was guarding Giannis. He was playing great defense on Giannis, playing great defense on Brook Lopez when he was playing center. So the Celtics, they have bodies for Joel Embiid. They have defenders for Tyrese Maxey and James Harden. But we need Tobias Harris to step up. We need Shake Milton to step up. We need PJ Tucker to hit his shots. We need Paul Reed to do what he was doing in the Brooklyn Nets series, but he needs to play at a higher level, and he's going to not play as much because Joel Embiid is going to be there. But they're going to need Joel Embiid's going to need his role players to step up, and he's also going to need to step up. He's going to need to be the MVP of the league, Joel Embiid, in order for them to win this game, to win this series, if they even face the Celtics. Like I said, I think the Celtics win, but it's the NBA. You never freaking know what's going to happen. Next game, 4-5 series. Another series that I'm very disappointed in. I'm not disappointed in it. I shouldn't say that. I'm not disappointed in it. My bad, y'all. This is really getting to me. The Knicks Cavs. It's been a good series. Game 4. Terrible. Donovan Mitchell had like 8 points. Darius Garland had a great third quarter. You're like, uh-oh. All you need to do is give Donovan Mitchell the ball in the fourth quarter, and boom, they off. Wrong. Donovan Mitchell played terrible. Darius Garland played terrible in the fourth quarter. That was by like 30. Game 1 was fun. Game 2 was fun. If I'm not mistaken, Game 3 was not bad. No, Game 3 was the bad one because all it was Donovan Mitchell showing up. And they lost by 20, and they didn't even score 80 points. This has been a defensive series and terrible offense all around. Jalen Brunson has been amazing. Jalen Brunson has been the best player in the East. Besides Jimmy Butler. Jalen Brunson has been the best player in the Eastern Conference. From what I have seen. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they've been good. They've been great. They've been amazing. They've been themselves. But Jalen Brunson has went above and beyond what he was doing in the regular season. So, obviously, I think the Knicks win. I'm not mad about the Knicks winning, but the series has been a little disappointing, in how it's all shaped up to be. I'm gonna talk about the Western Conference in another video. I'm gonna end this, make another video talking about the Western Conference. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe.